That's the reality of it. Where you get the truth, where you get the real, where you get to see all the things that's going on all around you. And we tell it like it is.
Welcome to That's the Reality of it. I'm William.
And I'm Aisha.
And Maisha, this is going to be a very awesome show because we have some very important and very talented and very exciting people on the show.
Ditto, ditto, and ditto.
Ditto, ditto, and ditto.
Yes. Remember that word?
Ditto. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that on Ghost. The girl said ditto.
Ghost.
Yeah, you remember it with Patrick Swayze?
Oh, my goodness. Another tearjerker. So this is like the tissue.
The tissue.
Bring the tissue.
Right.
Oh,
Maybe not this particular show, but we got some episodes coming up that you need some tissues.
Yeah.
And some of them may make you storm out the street too, like, you know.
For justice.
That's right, justice.
It's about justice.
That's right.
Yes.
So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
So I switched my car insurance to State Farm. I saved $480. You know what that is?
Yeah, don't say it.
You know what it is, right?
Yeah, don't.
It's a lot of dough.
Switch and you could save $480 with State Farm.
It's a lot of dough.
See if Bryant Jenkins in Reisterstown can save you a lot of dough.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Make the most of those long summer days. Wake up ready for more fun in the sun after a restoring night's sleep on a new Beauty Rest mattress. And with Beauty Rest Endless Summer Savings, there's no better time to buy than now.
Beauty Rest Silver. Sophisticated design paired with intuitive technology that will leave you refreshed, restored, and ready for the day.
Welcome back to That's the Reality of It. Again with me is my guest, Dr. Duncan Simon, cardiologist, and we're going to get into some of the issues of how to prevent having issues with your heart. Last week, the last show, we talked about the different ways you can detect heart problems, diseases, and that sort of thing. But let's get into maybe a preventive aspect of not having a heart issue.
Sure. There are certain things, of course, that everybody knows we shouldn't be doing, things like smoking. Mm-hmm. And if you do smoke, it's important to stop. Okay. The sooner the better. Mm-hmm. Your life will be much better without smoking. High blood pressure is a risk factor for heart disease. And so it's important for people to know their blood pressure and to pay attention to that. Mm-hmm. We now have even stricter guidelines for how low the blood pressure should be, and we have a lot of medications that work very well to control the blood pressure. If you have diabetes, obviously that increases your risk of heart disease. So we want to make sure if you are diabetic that you take extra good care of yourself.
Cholesterol will be an issue?
The cholesterol is a complicated issue because it's cholesterol that gets into the arteries and clogs them up. But we all have cholesterol and we all need cholesterol. And we all probably have more cholesterol than we should in this modern world. So most people who have heart attacks have normal cholesterols, but it's important to know what your cholesterol is. If it is elevated, you want to change your diet or possibly even take one of these statin drugs that can lower your cholesterol. Now, watching your weight is important and keeping active is important. Those things will help to stave off heart disease. What we eat is important, but we don't exactly know what we should be eating. We've gotten sort of different ideas over the years. We now feel that probably the best diet is a vegetarian kind of diet with not a lot of meat, smaller amounts of fish or meat, and more brightly colored vegetables, more fruits, and not as much sugar, because there's a lot of sugar out there in this world. Sodas and ice creams and cakes, a lot of sugar, and we should limit that as much as we can.
Why would you limit the sugar? Is it issue with the cholesterol or something, or the diet?
Sugar does push the cholesterol up. Sugar, of course, makes us heavier and increases the risk of diabetes. And sugar, we think, may have a role in the creation of atherosclerosis. It may actually accelerate it. The growth of cholesterol plaque in our arteries.
Oh, okay. Now, I've heard that people could exercise, be athletic, and eat right, and still have a heart attack. What is...
Unfortunately, that's true. There are people who do everything right, and they have heart disease or a heart attack, sometimes at a young age. Sometimes that's the genes playing a role, the genetics that you inherit. And you may have a bad gene from your mother and a bad gene from your father that just play together. But unfortunately, that can happen. And so it's important also to pay attention to symptoms. If you have any heaviness, discomfort, pressure, burning pain, something that's unusual, especially if it comes on when you're active, to let your doctor know.
Is ethnicity have any factors in who has more prevalent to heart attacks or heart issues than another race?
Not really. We do know that African Americans here in America have more hypertension, and hypertension and diabetes take more of a toll on African Americans, and those are risk factors for heart disease. But there's a lot of heart disease in all of the populations in this country, so it's a sort of equal opportunity
disease.
Yeah.
What about stress? Is stress a major factor in people having?
Stress is not good for us. Stress pushes up the blood pressure, and stress does have a role in atherosclerosis. And the way I like to look at it is there's good stress and bad stress. The good stress, where you're building something that's positive, that's okay. But the bad stress is not such a good thing for us.
So eat right. Watch out for what you eat. Protein is important, so you have to eat some meat, I would guess.
Some protein, yes.
What about supplements?
No, there are supplements that we recommend, but not for the heart.
Okay.
No.
So, I guess hopefully we've answered all your questions. If you have any more questions or something that we haven't touched on, one more thing. Why do they pay more attention to the men rather than the women?
They used to.
Okay.
But about 10 years ago, the information came out that women are actually dying of heart disease at about the same rate as men, but they tend to be older because they're protected during their years of childbearing. So when the menopause hits, women's risk goes up. And so a woman has just as much of a risk in her life of having a heart attack as a man. And we now understand that women don't always feel their pain the way men do.
Right.
Maybe they're stronger. But we've learned now to pay much more attention to women. And so hopefully cardiologists around the country are doing just that.
And when you say they're protected earlier, what do you mean by protected?
Well, the female hormones, estrogen and progesterone, do seem to protect against atherosclerosis.
Got you. All right, now women, they're going to pay more attention to you. So stop complaining when you go there. If they don't pay attention to you, you say, look, I have just as much of a risk factor as a man. You better pay attention to me, right? So, Doctor, I appreciate you again for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
And if you have any other questions and that we haven't addressed, give him a call. We're going to have the number on the screen, and he'll be glad to talk with you. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's time to hit the trails on a bike from the Pikesville Bicycle Shop. They have all makes and models for all ages and sizes, and they'll service your bike and customize it to fit your needs. So for the very best variety of bikes, the best service and price, come to Pikesville Bicycle Shop or call 410-602-BIKE and take advantage of our special deals.
I love my Hero.
At Liberty Animal Clinic, they know that your pet is a member of the family and you want to make sure they are healthy and receive excellent care. Their top veterinarians and staff will treat them like family and give the best care, medical treatment, and attention you can get anywhere. Liberty Animal Clinic provides these excellent services, and they are open 6 days a week, including giving them a complete physical, and office hours are by appointment, so please call. Let your extended family
Join our family!
Hello and welcome to Let's Talk with Maisha. I am here today with Miss Jasmine Jennings. Yes, and you have so much to share with us. Just go for it, Jasmine.
By all means. I am Jasmine Jennings. I'm
getting ready to be fresh back out on the scene after taking a sabbatical.
Okay, so let me just set the tone. Jasmine and I shared the stage for maybe a few years ago. We were both Zumba instructors at the time, right?
Very true.
And we had some of the best parties, and we shared the stage together. And Jasmine is just, so we used to call Jasmine Jazzy
Funky
Feet.
feet.
What? I thought it was Jazzy Feet.
It was funky feet.
It was Funky Feet?
Yeah.
And
My moves were so stinky.
they were. They was like mean, and I really admired the way you moved.
Well, thank you.
I remember you had the event yourself, and you had the jazz band. I mean, no, the marching band came to her event.
Everybody knows.
And they just like slammed it. And so, so that's how Jasmine and I know each other. And she's a very talented fitness instructor. And she's saying that she's letting you know, for those of you who are looking for her, she is back. And where are you now?
So there are two entities where the classes are going to be. One is going to be at St. Francis Academy on Mondays. It's left open to what time, whether it's going to be 6 o'clock. And then the other is potentially going to be at Poly. So two hot places, East and West.
Okay, and so right now they're about to begin, so you probably want to follow her on Facebook, right?
Yes, you can find me under Jasmine Jennings.
Okay.
And my email address, jazzumba@gmail.com.
Okay, so for those of you, all those fans who were fit, I remember everybody was sweating because you worked them out.
Yeah.
People were losing weight, they were getting good results, and you were really about health and wellness for the community. Wellness. Yes, and your classes were just, everybody was excited to go to your class. And then when you dropped off the scene, people were like, well, where are you? Yes, so
I was around. I wasn't gone.
You were just doing your own thing?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no.
Did you just look into some other, because when you were doing fitness, you were really into the fitness venture, so you were doing some other things as well?
Yeah, I was doing some other things. I was, rearing myself to be a super mom for my son.
Yes.
Because he is phenomenal, the love of my life.
And that you are, super mom.
And I wanted him to be academically successful. Okay. And I was putting a lot of time into my students and into my practice, my business. And I was veering away from him. And
and you made decisions. I love it. You put your son first, and we're going to hear a little bit about this superstar that you've created. I'm excited. And I also want the world to know your story, because you have overcome some odds, and a lot of people just seeing you on the stage will have no idea of the obstacles you were facing. Myself being one of them. I remember when you finished your Zumba segment, everybody was pumped up and sweaty and having a good time. And then I looked over and you were shivering in the corner. And I think I put a blanket over you, and I was saying to myself, I wonder what's going on. So tell us a little bit about that.
So multiple sclerosis, autoimmune disorder, and one thing attacks is itself. Mm-hmm. Something I can't control. I can't control what episode is going to happen, what exacerbation is going to take place within my body, whether it's going to be my hands, my feet, my vision.
So I know you look very young, but you didn't have this until you were a certain age, right?
Yeah, this was 2008 when I was diagnosed.
Okay.
So
maybe 10 years ago?
Yeah.
And you just started having symptoms?
Yes, it was tight. It felt like a corset around my waist, just pulled extra tight. Really? Like it was super tight. And I had transverse vision. So where people say, like there's double vision, I didn't have double vision. I had transverse vision. Mm-hmm. And I remember driving down 83 and I couldn't focus anywhere. You have the double lines on the road.
Yes.
And I would sometimes focus on just that. Not the cars on this side, not the cars on that side.
Okay.
I had to focus on the car that was in front of me. Everyone thinks that was pretty scary, but I overcame. I made adjustments to the situation and what was present. And I just knew I had to get where I needed to be. Yes. I had a schedule. I had students.
So you moved on with your day once you saw these things were starting to happen to you, and then maybe it came back again, and then those symptoms came back again, and then you went to the doctor and figured out, okay, something's going on.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, great. So when we come back, we're going to hear a little more of Jasmine's story and about multiple sclerosis. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Let's talk with Maisha. We'll be back.
For all your pharmacy needs and prescriptions, call Pharmacy Solutions, LLC, the community pharmacy the mayor honored for its commitment in providing the community with affordable prescriptions. Pharmacy Solutions takes your health very personally with patient consultation and a patient assistance program for the uninsured and those with specialty drug needs. To learn more about the program and how to transfer your prescriptions to Pharmacy Solutions, LLC, call them today because they breathe life back into our community.
Here at A Bite of Heaven, we are more than a bakery, we're family. From cupcakes, cookies, pies, weddings, and custom cakes, we have it all. We provide gluten-free vegan products in a nut-free facility. Our services also include catering, birthday parties, field trips, and sip and bakes. For the best tasting bakery goods and your next special occasion, call A Bite of Heaven.
A Bite of Heaven is the place for you.
Okay, so multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune disease where the body attacks itself.
Yes.
So at maybe early 30s, late 20s, all of a sudden you started getting these symptoms.
Yes.
And you really didn't know where it was coming from and what was going on. It was just, so did you initially just ignore it? Like, okay, well, I'm not feeling well, it's going to go away. And then it came back. Was it one of those types of things and it came back in a different way and or it was just the same type of thing? You just kept seeing this and feeling this feeling?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Okay.
It was just to an extent, I had a lot of things going on at that time. It was the 1 year anniversary of my son's father's death. And, it's always very overwhelming when something traumatic is going on. And a lot of times people think that multiple sclerosis is always geared by something or you took something, but if you research it, stress is one of those things that you are predetermined to, which a traumatic amount, an exuberant amount of it will
cause things to happen in your body.
Yeah, to cause it to flourish and be present.
Okay. So you went and you just started treatment. And is it one of those things where when you initially get diagnosed, you work with the physicians, you do certain things like you did the fitness and the health and the wellness you ate, you watch what the foods you ate, and now you just don't have those symptoms come back anymore?
In my situation, it wasn't the nurses or doctors or what have you that changed my lifestyle. That was me just knowing and researching multiple sclerosis, that I did not want to be 30 years old in a wheelchair.
Okay.
And I knew that fitness and I knew that eating a healthy, balanced lifestyle would definitely be productive and would be apparent to me being successful in overcoming this.
Yes. So when you're teaching in class, do you ever have, I know what I saw, so is it where you sometimes have to sit out of the class or you just fight your way through the class? Because your classes are so good. And I'm just wondering how you struggle with that if that happens in the middle of the class. But you have so much joy.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
Because what you do best, you have to find your inner peace. You have to find your niche and what makes you who you are. And the Zumba, me just taking classes initially, and then becoming great at it because my predecessor was phenomenal.
Okay.
I took what I learned from that entity and I produced my own self. I created my own niche. And me leaving Johns Hopkins, I didn't turn back. I didn't feel sorry for myself. I knew what it was that I wanted to do and what I was going to overcome. It was pretty concrete how this was going to work.
Okay, that's amazing. You just made a determination, like, I'm not claiming this. Okay,
yes, that's what it is.
You're a visitor, but you got to go.
Exactly.
And
MS, you are an occupant in my motel. This is my body. This is how this is going to work. It's not going to work any other way.
You hear that? So
no.
I know some people who get certain things and they just go down deeper and deeper. And then, a lot of times it's the spirit from within.
It really is.
Yeah. And so
you have to own it. You have to accept it. This is what it is, and how am I going to overcome it?
What are some things you would suggest to others who may have this and don't recognize the symptoms, or it's really nothing that we could say, oh, what would you say to prevent it from happening?
Right.
But like monitor your stress,
Exactly.
look at your lifestyle,
check your lifestyle, check yourself,
find things that you love, find that place of zen.
Yes.
And stay in tune with yourself and with your body.
That's absolutely correct.
Okay.
Living a stress-free lifestyle is key to happiness.
Yes.
Health and wellness is my passion.
Yes.
Zumba was my focus.
Okay, so you heard it from Jazzy Feet herself. And she's back on the scene, and
yes,
I'll be probably jumping into one of the classes. Come on, let's go.
Yes.
And we'll talk soon. Thank you for tuning in with Let's Talk with Maisha.
Who's booking your YOLO vacation?
Call Nicole, your land and cruise expert. Remember, the internet's for looking, but Nicole is for booking.
We are Mulch Masters. Our talented and experienced team works together to give any residential property the polished, professional appeal of the very finest landscapes. Famous for our deep-cut bed edges that define your garden areas, Mulch Masters uses the best finely shredded, color-enhanced mulches, and you'll enjoy the curb appeal Mulch Masters can bring to your property. Call Mulch Masters, 410-529-6200, serving Harford and Baltimore County.
Immigration is a big issue today, and trying to get through it can be very hard.
At Femnic Legal Center LLC, we help you get through it.
They will guide you through the paperwork and submit your application, making the process easier.
I never will have gotten through this without the help of Femnic Legal Center.
If you are immigrant, call us. Let us make the process easier for you.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Maisha's Kids Corner. So we have the pleasure of having with us today, Mr. Eric. How are you?
I'm good.
I am so excited to have you here because I remember when I first saw you teaching Zumba, holding it down, holding the audience down with Zumba with this big event. It was you and another small person, and you were just such a star. And you were maybe half your size, and you were already teaching Zumba. And now I see you now, and it's just like, oh my God, you have evolved.
Right.
And you're an athlete.
Yes.
Yes. And so what sport are you playing?
Football. I'm running track.
Oh, wait a minute. You run track too?
Yes.
Oh, I had no idea. I thought it was just mainly football.
Yeah, it is mainly football.
It's mainly football?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and track is the side piece that keeps you running fast because what's your position that you play?
Corner and wide receiver.
And wide receiver?
And running back.
And running back.
Yeah.
3 positions. So it sounds like there's a lot of running involved. So that's how the track comes in.
A lot of running. A lot.
Okay, and when did you start your football career?
I was 4. Yeah, 4.
So when I saw you on the stage, you had already started playing football.
Yes, ma'am.
No wonder you were so good. Okay, and you're still very fit.
Yes.
You train?
Yes.
You train hard.
When I get to it, yes.
Well, you must have a certain level of discipline in order to continue to work. And so what do you aspire to do?
Well, I remember I told my mother one day that I never want her to work again, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I want her to be able to relax and she can kick her feet up and then it'll just be everything good.
Oh.
And that's just my drive, basically.
Your mom, taking care of your mom.
Yeah.
You need to, when you leave here, give me your phone number so I can introduce you to my son too, okay?
Okay.
That's just like so touches my heart just to hear that. Like, you're doing this for your mom. You just love her so much.
Right.
And so she inspires you to be great.
Yes.
Right? So I know when I saw you teaching class on stage, and you were organized, you could follow the routine, and you were just so cute and confident, and still here you are the same. So what school are you?
I go to Poly right now.
Oh my goodness. What's your mascot?
A parrot. Yeah.
So you are a Poly parrot.
Yes.
You like it?
Yeah, I've only been there for 2 weeks, so yeah.
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
So you're going to go in and you're going to just dunk the academics. It's just going to be like, so you have the athletic, and you have the academics, and you can dance, and you can teach and instruct. So you're so well-rounded.
Yeah, it's hard though.
What's hard about it?
Basically, like when you're an athlete and you go to a school, and it's hard basically because it got like a target on your back. Because like teachers, not all teachers, but it's like, I don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
But it's like they don't want to see, they want to see you be stuck to school and they want to put football second. But
okay.
I understand school comes first.
Okay, right. So school and good grades, that's the primary.
Yeah.
And then sports, that's the secondary. Right?
Yeah, but it's a primary also.
In your heart, sports is the primary.
Yeah, and academics is the primary also.
Oh, okay. I like that. So they both feed off of each other, right? Okay. So that's good to know. So you're going to do great things.
Yeah.
I expect to see you in the stars, whether it's on the football field or maybe engineering, you know. So you like math and science?
I like math. I mean,
okay.
I like science when it's hands-on, but the paperwork, I don't like it.
That's okay. Okay, so you're about making things and molding and seeing how things, the smoke and mixing the chemicals together and things of that nature.
Yes.
Okay, so you may create something for us one day. All right. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your beautiful smile with us. Look at you, just so cute. Okay, thank you for tuning in with Let's Talk with Maisha.
Be lifted up and inspired by Larry Goodwin's new gospel CD, No More T-Shirt Funerals.
Life is much
It touches the personal pain of those who lost loved ones due to senseless gun violence. Get this powerful CD and share the message.
come to Jesus, just as you are.
If you're having a tough time selling your home or leasing your property, call Kemp & Associates Real Estate and Property Management, the real estate specialists. Kemp & Associates specialize in residential, commercial sales, and lease and property management. They have expert comprehension services for investors, property owners, first-time home buyers, landlords, and tenants. Call today to buy or list your property and see how fast it goes.
Kemp & Associates, your real estate specialist. Don't make a move without us.
Would you like to make $300 to over $3,000 a week on your own time? Then call Odyssey Production and join their marketing team by selling TV advertisements. And you can get paid each day. For more information, go to the employment section on our website or call 443-394-7333.
Okay, another show.
Another great show.
Another great show.
How exciting.
Exciting, with exciting guests.
Yes, and the talent.
And the talent.
I love it. Local, too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who knew?
Who knew? Well, we knew. That's why we had him come over.
Yes, we're sharing it with the world.
Sharing it with the world.
Absolutely.
So, when God gives you another day, that's another opportunity to do the right things, so do not blow that opportunity.
Be blessed.
Put God first, because through Him all things are possible. See you next week.